Hi, my name is Emily McLaren and I am the head of customer support here at Ortto. Today, I'm going to take you through three of our essential support metrics that we run for our support team, utilizing our talk feature along with our dashboard and reporting features within Ortto. Today, we're going to be looking at our average first response time for chats, our average handle time, and our average resolution rate. So for the purpose of this demo, I have created this dashboard just with these three reports on them. So first, we're going to look at the average first response time just for conversations that come in via chat only. This excludes any conversations that come in via email. And the reason for this is because we do have different goals for our email versus chat first response time. So today we're going to look at chat specifically. So you can see that I have created a metric report and given it a goal of under 5 minutes. So if we open this up, you can see here we're basically looking at conversation closed, where assignee is all of our support agents. So you can basically create an or function or condition or group, as you want to call it, through here, and you can separate these values via commas. This allows us to have multiple where clauses when necessary for these reports as well. So we're adding in conversation close where assignee is any of our support agents and where the channel is chat. So we are going to aggregate it by an average of an attribute. And the attribute for this is first response time in minutes, but we're doing it during office hours. So this means that we're only measuring our metric for the support team based on their work days. So it's not taking into account any chats that potentially come in over the weekend. It's not going to impact those metrics for the team. So to close out this report, I'm giving it a time frame of the last 30 days. Obviously, when you add this report to a dashboard, you can change the time frame of what you want to review for metrics based. But for the purpose of the report, we're doing last 30 days, goal below 5. We're also adding in a chart display to compare it to the previous period if it's available, and to also exclude the members of the suppression filter. Now we can also see here, we can change this to say the last 90 days, and you can see that it updates and it also shows you the comparison of the previous 90 days as well. So that essentially is the average first response time metric that we run and look at on a weekly basis for our team. Moving on, we're now going to look at our second report for the day, which is the average handle time. So taking a look at the setup here, we've got conversation closed where assignee is any of our support team members and where tag does not contain escalated or potential feature requests, anything where the ticket may be staying open longer than normally necessary. Basically, we're trying to track and see how long it takes our team to close out just those general everyday sort of questions that we get from our customers. So similar to the other report, we are doing an average of an attribute, and the attribute for the aggregate is conversation time in minutes during office hours. So to finish off the report, we're basically again looking at the last 30 days. The goal is in minutes. So I've put a goal of below 24 hours just for the purpose of this demo, to show how to set this up. We've also got a chart display again to compare the previous period if it's available and to exclude the members of the suppression filter. So you can see here over the last 30 days, this number has dropped by 24%, which is essentially saying that we are closing our conversations out quicker than we were for the previous 30 days before. For our third and final report of the day, we are looking at the average resolution rate. So essentially what this is we're checking to see how many of our conversations that were opened during a day were also closed out on the same day. So in the setup, we're essentially looking at the activity for conversation closed, where conversation time in minutes is less than 480, which totals to 8 hours. We're also looking at the assignee being a support team member and where the ticket was also closed out by a support team member. We do this just to make sure that we're only looking at the tickets that the support team has worked on. Sometimes there might be a situation where you escalate something to sales and then the sales team closes it out after however much time they've needed with that potential customer. So we are nailing it down just to be tickets that were assigned and closed by the support team. And we're also adding in where tags do not contain miscellaneous and marketing. So also just removing any of those tickets that don't exactly count towards us resolving conversations for a customer. Again, we're also dividing it by a metric of conversation assigned, where the assignee is any of our support team members. To finish off the report, we're looking at a last 30-day time frame. We're doing it a goal above 80%. So essentially we're saying 80% of the tickets that you get assigned per day, you should be also able to close out on the same day. We're also comparing it to the previous period and excluding any members of the suppression filter. So to come back to our support metric dashboard, you can see here we've got our top 3 essential metrics that we are looking at as a support team. Thanks for listening.